we're here in the same room, same time, same place, and I'm with another
same bat channel,
and with another guy who's I spoke live on my Instagram the other night. People asked me, "Who's this guy? What do I think about this guy?" Evan's one of the guys that I say if I were a parent, I would be so proud to call him my son. That's how I feel about this guy. There's a few of those guys in the industry that, under no circumstances is he going to tarnish his credibility, his dignity, and his reputation. So, one of my personal favorite humans. So I always love to check in with this guy.
What
Got
an
a
intro.
Little man crush, right? So I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, need some new things like new babies. He's got 2 girls now, and a new quad incision. A lot of people who do follow Evan, that this has been a while. It's been almost a year now, right?
Almost a year to the day. Like, I think 2 days from now is like to the day of the surgery.
Tell us about what happened,
Yeah.
what it felt like, what the rehab's been like, and where you're at now.
So a year ago at this time, I was like 15 weeks out from doing the New York Pro, right? That was my plan.
Yeah.
And I was getting into my car one morning to come to the gym. I got in the car and I forgot something in the house. It had snowed the night before, so there's snow on the driveway. And I jump out of the truck and I go back in the house to get it. I started to slip, and as I was falling back, my knee just let go. It's the weirdest feeling. I never felt anything like it before, and it's just you're falling backward, and you just can't stop your leg from bending, and it's just bending, crack, pop.
Now let me quickly interject here. If I'm not mistaken, you said it was where the term knee-jerk reaction comes from, because the tear actually happened from you,
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't fall on it.
No, I fell as a result of it, but it wasn't the fall that caused it. If you look up the injury, right, a quad tendon rupture, you actually see that the number one cause of it is slipping. It's something about the scenario where you start to slip and you just suddenly tense the muscle to regain your balance, and it just ripped it right off the kneecap. And I would imagine too, probably have a larger muscle, it could contract that much harder, and
more than that tendon can hold on.
On a tendon that's not expecting it, just kaput.
Yeah.
So,
which was a blessing and a curse. If you're gonna tear it, you might as well tear it clean like that to make it easier to repair.
Yeah, I mean it ripped clean off the kneecap, as opposed to sometimes the tendon, I guess, can actually rip in half itself,
right?
Which didn't happen. So, from what the surgeon told me, it was in a bad situation, I guess the better way that it could happen.
But the healing process is...
Yeah, the healing process is going well. It's funny, Chris had just mentioned Jordan Shallow, who I just met for the first time a couple weeks ago. I was down in New Jersey at Universal, and he was down there visiting, and he actually rents a space from Dan Green, right? Dan Green, the power lifter.
Yeah.
He's like one of the best raw lifters in the world at the moment. 1 month before I had my injury, he had a partial quad tendon tear that they decided to go in and fix. So they had to fully sever it, and then they reattached it. So he basically had done what I had done. Probably a little less trauma, because when you fall and shit like that, like it busted the knee capsule open and stuff like that. So probably a little less traumatic. But he let me know that Dan is currently getting ready to, a month from now, break a world squat record. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, maybe I need to be being a little bit more aggressive with what I'm doing, because I've kind of let my body, I pushed it, but I let it to some degree dictate. And I've made progress. It's certainly, dude, after the surgery, my quad was non-existent. So the size has come back dramatically. It's not a perfect match, but it's getting there. But when he told me the kind of progress that Dan had made, granted that's in his strength, but just the same, dude. Right. I said, okay. So actually, Chris had been raving about him, so I said, dude, put something together for me. And I've been implementing it the last week and a half. So it's a little soon to tell, but so far so good. It's got me stretching, something I never do. So it's all good habits. So
now you have been squatting again.
I have been squatting.
And what kind of numbers are you at now?
I've been using the safety squat bar, rather than because I've had a hell of a time getting my
shoulders back,
getting under the bar.
Right.
And if I don't get the bar low enough on my back, the mechanics of the lift.
Right, it pushes you forward.
Everything falls apart.
Right.
Right. So I've been using the safety. I said, fuck it. I've been using the safety squat bar. On a safety squat, I've been using like 3 plates.
It's a lot heavier than a normal squat.
The safety squat bar is heavy.
Yeah.
And the way it balances.
Right.
I mean, I know I could squat 4 plates, but I've actually been doing a lot of single leg stuff, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, put your leg up on something, squat, you know, with a dumbbell in your hand, and I'm getting actually way better quad and glute activation out of it, I feel. Because since I started doing it, I mean, yes, I was getting stronger squatting, but I wasn't seeing the size improve.
Yeah.
And since I've kind of been focusing less on the squats and doing more single leg stuff, I see more of the size coming back, which is encouraging.
Right. That's awesome. So have you picked a show for this year yet?
No, initially I had wanted to do the New York, which at this point obviously it's too far gone. I think I'm just going to wait till next year. I don't think there's anything else during the year that I desire to do. I would like to do either like an Arnold or the New York. Yeah. So I think I will probably just wait to do that.
You want to go win another Tampa? That's in August.
I don't know. Like New York is more New York or the Arnold. They're more meaningful to me.
Yeah.
Rather than just do a show just to do it. So.
You look gigantic right now. I walked in and I'm like, what the hell? You 300 pounds right now?
I'm just over 280.
280.
Yeah.
But you're lean, so you look bigger.
I've stayed relatively lean. This is probably one of the better 280s I've been, considering I'm probably missing a good 10 pounds of mass from my lower body. So if all things were equal, I'd probably be in the mid 290s. And if I were in this condition in the mid 290s, I'd be very happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, otherwise everything's going great.
That's awesome. So have you gone into, I know you have your website. What is it you're doing business-wise? You always got something up your sleeve.
We're like 3 or 4 weeks away, Animal and I in Universal. We worked on a product together, a meal replacement, which is coming out in about 3 or 4 weeks. It's awesome. Honestly, it's awesome. I'm very excited for that. You know, I've got regular clients I train in person. I've got people I work with online, nutrition stuff. Just, you know, busy.
And how do people reach you? Through your website? Or?
Yeah, through my website. You can hit me up through Instagram. You can contact me if you go on my website. You know, all my contact info is there.
Is there anything you can tell us more about the meal replacement?
Yeah.
That's huge to me because
there hasn't been a good meal. I mean, you know, you're old school. You came up in the era of, you know, Metrex and Myoplex, and at the time they were good. In retrospect, they weren't great products.
They didn't have the greatest.
They didn't have the greatest ingredients.
They taste like cake batter.
They taste great. Yeah. You know, but it was a great concept. You know, to have something that could, you know, look, food is always the best bet. You know what I mean? But we do find ourselves in situations sometimes where either we're pressed for time, we don't have access to food, and or, you know, like we may be transitioning where, you know, you're eating 5 whole food meals a day, you want to get to 6, but you're not quite ready for that 6, so you start bridging it with a shake. Right. So in those instances, I think you know, it's great, but it's all whole food based, right? So the protein sources, it's coming from beef protein, whole eggs, egg white, pea, right? Those are the protein sources. Pea protein, yeah.
Not urine.
No, not piss.
You never know with Evan. He's a pretty crafty dude.
Well, we've spun down 10,000 gallons of urine to extract this protein. So then the carbohydrates coming from sweet potato powder, oats, pea starch, also.
What's with all the pea? All right.
Pea starch and a little bit of dextrose as a quick carb, and then the fat's coming from olive oil. So, and dude, it's all natural. It's all naturally flavored. There's no artificial flavors or sweeteners. You know, so we use stevia and some monk fruit, and
so it's gonna have that old school, like real shake taste to it.
Yeah, man, it's not like it's fucking red velvet cake flavor. Right. You know, like it's chocolate. And honestly, I think it tastes great. But it's not one of those. You know, man, it's not made for you know, high school kids where it's like, you know, donut flavored fucking protein powder. This is grown man stuff.
Yeah.
but it's a product you can use every day and not get tired of because it has a real taste to it, a good consistency, and the main thing for me was digestibility. Because I don't really use shakes, dude. Like I can't tolerate dairy, whey, stuff like that. Absolutely not. So I wanted something that was, you know, easy to digest, and this stuff.
Will they come in glass cases? Evan only likes to eat and drink out of glass.
No, it's coming in a plastic tube.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. Anything else you can tell us that you've been up to or that you're going to be up to?
Really just looking forward to the launch of that. I'll be at the Arnold, so I hope to see you guys there.
You'll be at the animal booth?
I'll be at the animal cage.
Universal? Yep. You're not messing around with the bench thing?
No.
You're too smart for that.
No, that'll be catastrophe #2.
All right, good. Well, hopefully we can catch up and get a workout in soon.
I would love to.
Because I get asked almost daily, when you and Evan going to do something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, when we're like-minded individuals. I mean, you know, I'm not friends with too many guys in the sport, you know. I mean, in passing, you know.
Of course.
I get along with everyone, but there's few people that I would actually pick up the phone and be like, hey, man, you know, you're obviously one of them.
Yeah.
So when we get together, I think it's good.
Yeah. So we'll work that out. Everyone, keep an eye out for me and Evan to put something together soon. And always a pleasure, brother. I appreciate you talking to us.
Always.
You know, you're going to just boost my subscribers there by 1 million. All Evan subscribers come see me.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
No, absolutely. You won't be let down.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, brother. This is the Boston Mass. Thanks again for watching. Now, if you're not subscribing, subscribe now. Tell all your friends to subscribe. If you haven't, do it now. All right?